to start with, because it was a very simple first thing I wanted Backbone to do, which was just a simple internet connection, I chose Backbone because you were nice, basically, because you listened to me rather than proposing solutions that might not be suitable. You listened until you understood the business. You talked in a rational and reasonable way in English to me. That was unusual, frankly, in an IT services supplier, and that's what clinched it. After about a week, calling my account manager and finding it was the same person, hadn't changed to somebody else, that really made you stand out. And after 3 years, it's still the same people. That's extraordinary. So I would say account management is, you're hitting hard there, yeah. Well, we've got 2 projects in progress and 1 that's live. So as far as having a second internet connection at a concert hall goes, that's a really handy thing to do. We've got a connection just for our corporate traffic now, and for our website traffic. And then we've got a connection for our broadcasts, our live streams, our video on demand, and for the production team to get in and out and do all of their media kind of work. So having those 2 things separated has been transformational for us. I would definitely say that I've been most impressed with your ability to listen and your understanding of what I do. We're not a manufacturing house. We don't have a product as such. We're a concert hall. We're a charity. We have responsibilities to artists and composers and to the people that benefit from our learning program and outreach programs. And usually when I'm dealing with suppliers, I have people treating me like I'm, I don't know, running a manufacturing business. So actually having someone who understands when we're busy, why we're busy, what really matters to us, which is the people and the music and the building, that makes a massive difference. And I think that has been the thing that has made this supplier stand out the most. We already had the capacity for people to work remotely in a kind of small way. People could spend a day at home if they needed to. They could dial in through the VPN and they could attach their computer at work and do all of their work as though they were at work via a remote desktop. What we didn't have was those endpoint machines that people were using under any kind of management. We also had people who maybe didn't have laptops, especially a lot of the younger staff. We've got a very young staff base, and a lot of them don't have computers, they have phones, right, and tablets instead. So we had to scramble a little bit and we had to buy laptops. Nobody could buy laptops from anywhere at that time. So we bought cheap ones from the high street. And because we were able to safely use our corporate network connection just for corporate work, and the most important thing that was generating all the money at the time, which was the broadcasts, was safely going through Backbone Connect's internet connection, which they had already supplied to us, we could then safely have maybe 20, 25 people working off-site, which doesn't seem like a lot, but to us, I mean, that was everybody, and most of those people had never worked from home before. We had to scramble in the IT department to make sure that everybody knew how. We had to implement Microsoft Teams. It was already there, but we had to put it in kind of hard and fast for everybody to use. So we were building out Teams and we were building SharePoint groups, implementing voice real quick. I think after about 9 months, we had a proper voice solution going through Teams, so that we could take box office calls and work call groups and stuff for people working remotely. And I got calls from Backbone throughout all of that, asking me how I was doing. And to be honest, being able to talk about what I was doing to somebody who understood what I was talking about was extremely valuable. Obviously, I have my right-hand man at Wigmore to talk to, but it's being able to talk to somebody outside the organisation who kind of understands how it's all working and what the challenges are. I'm of the opinion that when you have a good supplier, they're like an ear, right? And you can talk to them about stuff that isn't necessarily stuff that professionally they can help you with. But how else am I going to learn about new products and services? How else am I going to learn about how the next thing that's coming along actually works and what it means for me as a business, other than talking to a supplier? You know, I can read the IT press, but that's written by suppliers anyway. So it's best for me to talk to the suppliers who I know are good. That's how I'm going to keep up with what's going on.